Hi, Sheridan Webb here from the Training Designers Club, which is the place to go for practical L&D support. And here's another thing to make you think, one of my Monday musings to help us with our training design. And I've been to the hairdressers. So you may not have noticed a difference, and indeed you may be watching these things out of sequence, so it's not necessarily obvious to you. But I've had quite a lot of length taken off of my hair. And it feels very different to me. I know it may not look massively different to other people, but I can really tell I've had that haircut. And before I went for it, I was thinking, should I go for something really quite radical? Should I have a full fringe cut in? Should I have colours? But in the end, I just went for a modest change, I suppose, a variation on the style that I already had, because it feels very scary making a big change, especially when it's not something that you can change back straight away. And the reason this links to training design and a musing is to remind us that although things don't necessarily look like a big deal to the outside or to us as trainers, to the people we're asking to make that change, it can feel huge. So I am very conscious that my hair is not going down my back. I am very conscious that I have this sort of half fringe put in it, because I haven't gotten used to it yet. And it's like that classic training exercise, you know, where we ask people to fold their arms and then we say, okay, fold them the other way. And how does that feel? And how everybody just instinctively wants to go back to the way they already did it. It's very much like that. It takes a while to adjust. And the reason I wanted to share this in a musing is just to remind us as training designers that actually we're far better off taking things one step at a time, and to remember that just making a small change and getting people to actually follow through, to apply, to make that change stick, will have a much bigger impact than trying to give them too much to do in one go and them feeling scared, them feeling like unsupported, lost, and not quite sure how to go about it. And that can be quite a challenge, because often our stakeholders want us to change the world in an afternoon. We know that's not possible, and when you put yourself in the position of your participants, that is never ever going to happen. So my musing today is to let's think about training from the participants' point of view more often. The stuff that we include in training sessions, the stuff that we know and we've perhaps been training for years, may not seem like a big deal to us anymore. But to the person who's hearing that for the first time, who's exploring these concepts for the first time, that change can feel huge. So let's make it manageable. Let's not underestimate what we are asking people to do. And let's make sure we've got that support mechanism in place to give them the confidence to go out there and try the new things. So that's my musing for today. I'm going to keep it short. Even though the change may not look dramatic, it may feel dramatic. And once we've actually gotten used to that change, we can then build on with something else, which kind of links to the whole concept of learning journeys, which is something that we did cover in a recent Lunch and Learn, and definitely worth catching the replay if you weren't at that event. With that, I am going to leave you. If you want more practical advice, please do check out the website. It's www.trainingdesignersclub.co.uk. There are free resources there. There are low-cost resources there. There's a VIP community that you can join, as well as our free Facebook group. So hope that's given you something to think about, and I'll catch you the next time.